The following are a series of Reddit posts from Makayla Walters, Reddit username Makayladoesrituals. They involve the Hooded Man ritual, elevator game, and the midnight game. If you are unfamiliar with the rules of these, I recommend reading their instructions before continuing for clarity. These posts detail her experiences with these rituals, leading up to what seems to be her apparent disappearance. Maybe this is just her way of telling an interesting series of fictional stories. Or, perhaps, something real has taken her. I'll leave the theories to you. First post. So I did the Hooded Man ritual. Hiya, No Sleep. My name is Makayla, and I made this throwaway account simply because I'm bored and have too much spare time on my hands right now. So, I figured, why not do rituals and write about them on Reddit? I recently came across a post on here that had directions to a game/ritual called The Hooded Man. Since I'm a huge fan of all sorts of creepy stuff, and I'm basically off school till the new year for personal reasons, I've decided that I want to try to attempt all the mainstream horror ritual games that are going around lately, and decided to start with this one since it seemed fairly harmless compared to most. Also, I'm not a writer, so this might not be the best read, but oh well. I decided to go through with it yesterday, Wednesday night, because all of my family were, and still are, out of town for a wedding of someone I don't particularly know of. So, I got a free pass to stay home, and ample time to complete this ritual. My family doesn't come back until Saturday morning. I started my preparations on Wednesday afternoon and, as the ritual suggested, burned sage and sprinkled the ashes onto my front driveway beforehand. I also spent the rest of the afternoon collecting the 2 black cords, I just got them from our storage shed, and turning off or unplugging all the electronics in the house, since I didn't want to take any risks and the ritual specified that. I then took a shower to calm down and ate some frozen pizza to calm my nerves. By 9 p.m. I was finally feeling relaxed and ready to go in for the kill. As the ritual hadn't specified a specific start time, I just figured I would start it when it was properly dark. Here the full dark comes at around 6, so it was pitch night outside. My grandparents' room has the telephone extension. It's a handheld. I couldn't get my hands on a rotary phone, but it doesn't matter either way. And a huge window that overlooks our driveway, so I figured that was the best room to do it in. Calming myself as best as I could, I started turning off all the lights in the house and closing the doors and windows I had opened over my home alone week for ventilation. I closed the curtains, and the room was pitch dark. I was ready. I won't bore you with the start of the ritual, as you may have already read it in the instructions. I put a watch in my pocket, counted to 13, dialed the numbers, tied the cord, did the "hello, I need a cab" thing, replaced the cord, and left the first cord right next to the telephone so I could burn it as soon as I could after the ritual. I left the second tied to the phone as I didn't know what to do with it, and the ritual hadn't specified, but it didn't make any difference, I later learned. I sat there, in the eerie silence for about 5 seconds, before I got up, navigated through the dark, and got to the window. Although the ritual had told me this was going to happen, it was still strange to see. The night sky had this weird purplish blue tinge, like the clouds suddenly had bright color. Also, there was a black cab parked across the street from my house. I slowly pulled the watch around my wrist and made my way through the dark house and out onto the driveway, locking my front door behind me. All the houses were silent and not a single light was on, which was weird because it was only about 9:30ish at this point, and everything about the cab just looked off, you know? It was looming and eerie, but also inviting, and looked quite comfy for some reason. I opened the door and looked into the back seat. It was a completely normal looking cab. It had quite new looking leather seats, and it was empty. I got into the back seat, locked the doors, and laid down, willing myself to sleep. I must have been asleep for what seemed like 10 minutes and had no dreams or anything. I woke up calm and serene, and I didn't feel at all disorientated, which is weird for me because I'm horrible at waking up. I took a look at the watch, and lo and behold, it was 3:30 a.m. Giving myself a high five, I just rolled over and went to sleep within the next 40 seconds. When I woke up, I wasn't sprawled all across the back seat, but sitting up, resting my head awkwardly against the window. I opened my eyes, almost forgot where I was for a second. But then I remembered, and it took everything in me to not make a stupid statement about it or something. There was a man in the driver's seat, soundlessly driving our cab on a highway which I had, and have, never seen before in my entire life. The sky was overcast, and grayish clouds were everywhere. And it honestly looked like typical London weather, so that was a bit welcoming, I guess. The man had his hood up so I couldn't see his hair or face or anything, but I could see his hands on the steering wheel, and they honestly just looked normal, a bit on the tan side. I leaned back and started staring out the window. It was alright at first. It was just a stretch of weird gray-looking fields, and I was content watching it. The cab made no sound at all, as in, not even the windows vibrated when it drove. Nothing. It felt like I was floating. Then, the outside started to get a little disturbing. The fields turned to weird plots of land with, and I shit you not, severed heads hanging on poles, with their mouths moving, but yet I couldn't hear what they were trying to say. I just looked at my lap and contemplated going home because I am not extremely good with gore. That's why I almost didn't notice the strange people that were closing in on the driving cab. No sleep, there were so many of them, and they were dragging their fingers across the windows, almost as if they were trying to get in. I hated the way they were faintly screeching. It was the most disturbing thing in the world, so I just leaned forward and whispered in his ear. I have reached my destination. And I just sat back and passed out? I don't remember much after that point, but I felt very serene. When I woke up, it was today, Thursday afternoon, around 3-ish, and all the lights in my house were on, but the doors and windows were still shut. I blinked like once or twice, clapped my own back for being awesome, and went to my grandparents' room. Literally nothing was moved, and everything was in place. Thank God. I dialed the number, thanked him for the ride, and picked up the cords to burn them, which I did first thing afterwards. I buried the burnt ashes in our backyard, salted that motherfucker, and got myself some food. And, yeah, it's currently Thursday night over here and I'm typing this. Everything is normal, and that was honestly kind of fun. If you want me to do any other rituals, you can comment or something. Until then. Second post. I did the elevator ritual. I think something followed me home. I haven't slept properly in 3 days. Hi, no sleep. Makayla again. The feedback on the Hooded Man honestly blew me away. Thank you for showing such an interest. I'm glad to see me endangering my sanity is entertaining people. I'm absolutely joking. So, like, 2 comments told me to do the elevator ritual, and I'd honestly never heard of it before this, and I was seriously intrigued. I read up on it, and it honestly didn't need that much preparation, so I figured it'd be quick and simple. It was honestly one of the most nerve-wracking things I've done. I did it on Friday night, and had every intention of uploading this on Sunday night. But shit broke loose. Now, there is an apartment building about a 5-minute walk away from my house, and it has 20 floors, so finding a building wasn't an issue. I started walking there around 4:30 a.m., since I didn't want anyone to be up and around and using the elevator. That would be a bitch, to be honest. Everything was dark and silent, and getting in wasn't a problem. There was like one security guard outside the gates, but he didn't seem to care much since I'm a tame-looking 20-year-old white girl. Probably looked like I was coming back from a late-night Friday party. But nope, summoning demons and shit in your general vicinity, son. There were stairs on the right and 3 elevators on the left, and everything was quiet. I got into one of the elevators, the one in the middle, and did the 4-2-6-2-10-5 combo. I won't bore you with the details. When the elevator stopped at the 5th floor, I had to hold in a fucking scream because the girl was standing there almost in my face, and I had to try really, really hard not to stare her right in her fucking face. She wasn't even a girl. She was more of a halo of dark energy that glowed really brightly, if that makes sense. I don't remember much about her, which is pretty fucking weird. She was wearing a dress of some sort, though, and had short, dark hair. Now, I've done Ouija boards. I've done rituals. I've done Ouija boards. I've done rituals. Hell, I didn't even panic like this during the Hooded Man. But being in that elevator with that girl made me internally freak out like nothing else. I shakily pressed 1, and boom, the elevator started going up to the 10th floor. And instead of being relieved that I was doing it right, it made me panic for no fucking reason. The doors opened, right on the hallway of the 10th floor. I've never seen it before in normal circumstances, but it was so dark. I couldn't see the end of the corridor, but right at the very end, I could see this strange, dark, glowing light. I shakily stepped foot out of the elevator, and in my head, all I could hear was a stupid whiny girl's voice going, "Where are you going, Makayla?" Of course, the ritual said to ignore it, so I did, and leaving the girl standing there, I started walking down the hallway. As I progressed further past, the glowing light at the end of the hallway illuminated the space around me. The apartment doors on either side of me were rusted shut, like they hadn't been open in years, and as my eyes focused on that stupid darkness, I figured out that the red light was in fact a glowing cross. Not the Jesus crucifixion cross, but like the addition sign, if anything. It was uneventful for the most part, but the air was heavy with something, and it was making me really fucking antsy. Also, it felt like the more I walked toward the cross, the more it grew away from me. I was pretty fucking determined to get it, until those stupid doors started banging and rattling and knocking, and it was the most fucking terrifying thing. Fuck my life. No ritual has ever made me book it to the elevator like this one. Thank God I took care to take the one I came in on, because I couldn't think straight at the time. And this might even sound rushed, because I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I just wanted out. I don't even want to write about it. I reached it fairly quickly, and I swear to God, I fucking stabbed that call button like nothing else. It took like 10 fucking decades to show up, and those doors didn't stop rattling until I was inside the elevator and hazily doing the combo. I have never been more relieved to reach that first fucking floor. Everything looked normal. No more heavy air, no more darkness. Security guard was still there, and yet I couldn't stop fucking panicking. I ran home so fucking fast, and I know it sounds embarrassing now because I didn't even do anything. But I could not stop crying. I think the guard thought I was on something. I got home and I watched a movie to make myself feel better. I even started writing the first part of this post, so if the first part sounds cheerier than the second, it's because I wasn't as terrified then as I am now. I even remember replying to someone's Reddit comment, saying I had done the ritual, and I was alive and well, and would write about the following day. I think I passed out at around 7, because I don't remember falling asleep. I woke up on that floor. It was so fucking terrifying, because I had been on my couch, and the ritual had said that if you made it home, you wouldn't be taken back. But yet there I was, passed out in that stupid, carpeted hallway, with the air heavy around me, and no sunlight anywhere. There was no cross, but the panic I felt was like nothing fucking else. And I swear to God, I've never run home this fast. I didn't even want to remember it. I didn't want to write about it. I didn't want to do anything. Which is why I procrastinated making a post for so long. Something about this ritual fucking unhinged me. And although nothing happened the second time, just waking up there made me fucking nope. Today, I finally built up the nerve to write about it, and I feel a bit better now. But I'm so fucking panicky, and I feel so followed by something, and I have no idea why. There's nothing there. I haven't slept properly since Sunday night. I feel like there's someone looking at me all the time, and I want it to stop. A lot of people wanted me to do the Midnight Man, Three Kings, and Hide and Seek alone. And I had plans to do the Midnight Man tonight, but after how shaken I still am, I think I'll hold these off until the end of next week. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for reading. Make it stop. Make it stop. I feel like something's going to jump me. I feel like there's someone in my house, even though I'm home alone. Stop. 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 Third post. My name is Makayla Walters, and my fate is my own. Start time, 3:07 p.m., London, England. I only have about 2 hours to put this up for reasons explained later, so this is going to be rushed. This is not proofread. This might not give you answers because even I don't have all the answers. Thank you so much for all the feedback, all the concern, all the positive comments, all the advice, all the PMs, even all the skeptics. Really, thank you so much for validating my experiences and for praising them. I did the Midnight Man on Sunday night with my best friend. I'm going to call her A. And it ended considerably well. Nothing much happened at all, apart from us seeing shadows here and there. And I was actually deciding what to write it as. That would make it seem less boring and monotone this past Monday and Tuesday. I even had the post half written down. But things have changed. And now my stupid rituals don't matter anymore. None of this matters. A has disappeared. And I'm not calling her A to respect her privacy. I'm calling her A because I can't remember her name anymore. I should have paid more fucking attention when she came to my house on Wednesday morning after 2 days of not replying to my text. Looking like she had been to hell and back. And she had this eerie smile on her face. Almost blissful. Such a stark contrast to the dark circles under her eyes and the small cuts visible under her sleeves. She looked insane. There's no other way to say it. And I cannot for the fucking life of me remember the main details of her face. It's like she's someone I saw in the mall for a split second or something. But I remember her being my friend. I remember doing the game with her. I remember her voice. But I can't remember her. All she said to me was, "I'm off, Makayla," in a voice that for some reason at the time did not go with her state. And then she just walked back to her car. And I can't even remember the color of her car, even though I remember traveling in it before this. What I do remember is the shadow in her back seat and the girl in the front, both looking out of place and strange. I was weirded out, and she drove away. And then things got really out of hand. Her Facebook, her Twitter, her Tumblr, it's all gone no sleep, like she never existed. I can't even find the photos I had of her on my phone and on my social media. And her face is slowly slipping out of my mind, even though I saw her yesterday morning. Everything about her has been wiped, and it's been a day. I don't even want to see her parents for fear of them not knowing her at all. Because they are protective. And if she hasn't been seen in a day, they would be freaking out and calling everyone that's friends with her. Her number doesn't even exist. I did this to her. I don't know how, but I did this to her. I dragged her into this. And now she's gone. The reason why I don't have much time left is because there are things outside my front door. I recognize the girl from her car, and I've seen her before that, but I can't remember where. I can't remember much. I can't remember my birthday or my mother's name. I've forgotten my social media logins, even though they were generic, if I remember. I want to put this up before I forget my Reddit login, because I owe you guys that much. The house is empty. I don't know where my family went, or if it's because I'm in an alternate reality. But I'm alone, with everything semi-intact in my house. My phone is dead, and my laptop has another hour's worth of battery. I can't find my charger. They want to take me, No Sleep. I know they do. And I'm going to let them. Not because I'm guilty that I did that to A, but because I'm scared of getting stuck here with no electronics and facing their wrath. I have tried salting the entrances in a lame attempt to keep them out. But I can hear footsteps upstairs. There is no one in the house. They are here. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for advising me not to do these rituals. Even though I did them anyway. You can told you so me now. I'm off. This post isn't the last we see of Makayla, however. In a deleted post, she appeared to have written a message in Morse code. Though the post itself was deleted, one of the commentators managed to catch and translate her message, which is as follows. They have me. They have me. It's been days. It's been years. My hair is falling out. I need help. Come get me. I've been tortured. The house is falling apart. The laptop hasn't died yet. I'm stuck in an eternal loop. They scream at me and they scratch me and I can't get out. Don't try to help me. Take this as a warning. It won't show my words. I can't do anything. After that, Makayla makes the following post entitled, What the fuck? Hi, No Sleep. I'm alive, I think. I, let the things in after I finished my post and blacked out almost immediately. And I don't remember making that strange Morse code post. I woke up in my own house? And my family's alright? I'm so fucking confused. Nothing's out of place. I've never understood Morse code in my life, and I've done multiple checks to see if I'm actually here? And I am? My family didn't even notice I was gone because they've yet to say anything. Also, my friend, Polly, who I called A, is back. Her Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, number, everything is back? I haven't called her or anything because I'm still getting my bearings back, and I remember everything. And I don't remember forgetting it, you know? I don't want to ask her about what happened when she came to my house for fear of looking stupid in front of her, so I'm avoiding all this. I just thought I'd let you know that I will not be doing any more rituals. I've honestly had enough, and I don't want to go insane. I'm blown away by the amount of people willing to risk their lives to find me. But if it happens again, honestly, don't. Everything's seemingly normal for now. I have school in less than a month anyway. Signed, M. Added. Oh shit. Okay, so I just found a note under my pillow that really disturbed me. It was crumpled and written in marker, and it said, "Heed this as a warning." And it's so fucking eerie looking. I'm so fucking confused. I'm honestly never fucking with this stuff ever again. I want to show you the note, but I don't know how. That is the end of the post. Due to the writing style, grammar mistakes, and misspellings, many commentators are skeptical if this is actually Makayla herself writing this post, and believe something else is behind it. Afterwards, Makayla posts twice more, with her final post entitled, "I'm seriously scared for my safety right now. Am I possessed?" According to commentators, the text for this post was removed only a day after it was posted. For now, it seems Makayla's fate is unknown. Could this have been an elaborate fictional series? Or were they real experiences leading her into the darkness? Either way, the story of Makayladoesrituals ends in the same message. Do not attempt these rituals. You have been warned.